Good evening, book lovers. Welcome to another episode of Cath-Lit Live. I am your host, Amy Cattapan. You can find me everywhere on social media under my pen name, AJ Cattapan. If you're new to Cath-Lit Live, first of all, welcome. And second, what you're going to find here on Cath-Lit Live is about twice a month interviews with Catholic authors who have new books releasing, both fiction and nonfiction. Quick thank you to the sponsor for the show, which is the Hello Prayer app. I'm going to leave a link for you guys to get a special extended free trial with the premium version of Hello. Right now, they're ramping up their Lent challenge, but there's also going to be an Easter prayer challenge with Dr. Scott Hahn and Jonathan Rumi, who plays Jesus on The Chosen. There's always wonderful new content, both music, prayers, gospel reading, sleep stories, you name it. Go check out the Hello app at hello.app/Cath-Lit-Live. Well, I have a return guest for you tonight, someone who's been on the show, I think, twice already. She's very prolific. My friend Karina Fabian from the Catholic Writers Guild. She just, I don't know how she does it. I'm very envious. She's very prolific. She somehow finds the time to spit out lots of great fantastical and sci-fi kind of stories. So if you don't know Karina, by day she writes business articles. After hours, she can be a snarky dragon who thinks he saves the world all too regularly, or a psychic who's desperate to save the world, a zombie exterminator who just wants her world clear of undead vermin, or even Catholic religious sisters whose callings have taken them off of our world. That's right, nuns in space. She enjoys Florida life with her husband, Rob. They have 4 adult children, 2 dogs, and a rocket company. That's right, a rocket company. And believe it or not, she's not the only person I know who's married to a rocket scientist. Last year, she started taking stand-up comedy classes because she's a glutton for punishment. She's going to be talking about her latest release here today, Siren Spell. Please help me welcome to the show, Karina Fabian. Hello, Karina.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here.
Always so much going on in your world. I know you're super busy. I was just talking about how prolific you are, how many books you've had come out. But we're going to talk about Siren Spell today. So why don't we jump in and tell us a bit about Siren Spell? Oh, good. You've got a copy right there. Hold it up again. You've got a little bit of a glare. Can you show us again?
Oh, I know.
There we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a cool cover.
Thank you. I actually made this cover, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Nice. Okay, so what's it about?
All right, so just read off the back. It says, what could challenge a dragon more than being human? When a curse turns Vern human, he does not have time to deal with it. Sister Grace's cousin has gone missing in the Mundane. Besides, how hard can humaning be? He might even enjoy it for a while. But from stubbed toes to fever dreams of emus, he discovers humaning is not as easy as it seems. When women throw themselves at him, the unfamiliar hormones catch him off guard, especially because his heart, dragon and human, belongs to the nun who's his best friend. Can he master his new emotions and solve the mystery before Grace becomes the kidnapper's next victim?
So dragons don't have hormones. Is that what I'm hearing here? But then when they become humans,
dragons are androgynous.
Ah, okay. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, right. Dragons are androgynous. It's been a big thing. There are 70 dragons in the fairy world, and that's it. They don't reproduce and they don't die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so romance is completely alien to him. Which torture is so good.
All right, so the last time you were on, like I said, you're very prolific. So the last time you were on just book 2, and this is book 6 now. Right. Book 2 was If Wishes Were Dragons. So tell us, catch us up a little bit. What has gone on since then? What do we need to know?
Okay, well, book 3, None of My Business, is where Vern and Sister Grace actually meet. So she it's not really a spoiler, but she was brought into the mundane world for psychiatric help. She had PTSD really bad. And she was getting over it, and so she was it had made her terribly afraid of using her own magic. So she was actually in Washington, D.C. for many years and planned to stay on the East Coast for the rest of her life. But she needed the flow of magic coming from the Gap in order to live. So she had to return to Los Lagos, which is where the gap between the two universes is. And there's a little bit of magic that flows through it. That's why Vern can live in our world. That's why she can live in our world. And so she's teaching school. And
I
she
know a little
suddenly
something about that.
Hmm?
I know a little something about teaching school.
Yeah, she does not enjoy it actually.
That's
But
because
she
she hasn't read my book, Sweet Jesus is a June yet. She needs some inspiration from Jesus.
Yeah. She probably said that more than once. But she comes across this music. It's become very popular. And it just sounds like a bunch of nonsense sounds. It's big on the pop. And she is absolutely certain that it's not just music, that there's something sinister about it, but she can't put her finger on it and she can't prove it. So she hires Vern to prove it. And he doesn't notice anything wrong with the song. And so he's investigating the song, but he also starts investigating her. And he ends up learning a lot about her, what she did in the Fairy World War, and ends up helping her deal with her demons. And in the end, she is right. It is a summoning spell. And together they have to fight the demon that gets summoned, or the monster. It's not a demon, it's a monster that gets summoned. And in the end, basically, she's not allowed to teach anymore for other reasons. And he takes her in as his partner in the detective business. So that's none of my business. The next book is called Christmas Spirits, and that's their first Christmas together. And they solve a mystery of a theater that comes to life and tries to kill the entrepreneur that is going to tear it down to make a shopping mall. Then the one after that is Greater Treasures, which, if you've seen the Maltese Falcon, it's based loosely on that. Grace is brutally poisoned by a dart that was meant to take Vern down. And in order to get the antidote, he has to find an artifact, which turns out to be a very dangerous artifact. So then he's stuck with the decision, do I let Grace die, or do I give the enemy this artifact? So obviously he makes the right decision, and God enables it that he could save Grace as well.
And
So
that leads us up to
book 6, which is Siren Spell, which is about a year or so after that. And they're working well together. They've been through each other through a lot of tough times. She's mostly off of her medication. He no longer feels the need to go to Texaco and get drunk on high octane. And and so, they've been very, very good for each other. And he wakes up human.
All right, let's talk about that. So you took a character who's a dragon and you turned him into a human. What was that like?
It was hilarious. That was the most fun ever. I think this is my favorite book in the Vern series. Because
what was the hardest part? I mean, trying to figure out how awkward it would be for him physically to go from a dragon's body to a human's body, or was it like the emotional change? We talked about the hormones before. Was that more of a
challenge? What's the hardest for him or the hardest for me?
Well, for you as a writer.
Oh, for me as a writer, it wasn't hard at all.
Okay.
Because no, it was so much fun
between human and dragon.
The best part of it was that I knew some things that I wanted to do. I spent like a month and a half really examining everything I did as a human being and going, why is this weird? Why is this hard? And then I went at the live conference last year. We had so many conversations about, okay, dragon turns human. What's the worst thing that can happen? And I got so many great ideas. A lot of the things that happened to him in this book came from people at the Catholic Writers Conference. So,
all right, let's talk about that
all
then.
kinds of fun
So
things.
you and I are heavily involved with the conferences through the Catholic Writers Guild. You've been working on the online conferences. We just had them this past February. I hear it was a smashing success.
It was
of people.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, so many people signed up. And now we've got our annual live conference coming up. I'm the chair. You're helping with our Meals with Mentors. You and Ann Lewis are also doing an awesome fine tune your pitch session.
Yes.
Where you're going to help people who are going to pitch to publishers, because we have several different publishers. I think we've got Ave Maria Press, OSV, Prism Press, I believe, is coming, and we have a literary agent, a Catholic literary agent, Joe DeRupos, who's like a legend in the publishing, Catholic publishing world. He's going to be there too, and you're going to help people fine tune their pitches Tuesday night, so they're ready to pitch on Thursday. So tell me about your experience with the Catholic Writers Conferences, both live and online. Why you like them? Why you like helping out and organizing with them?
Oh, goodness. Well, Ann Lewis and I founded the conferences. The online one was inspired by a conference that a friend of mine did. And this is back before Zoom or any kind of webinars. It was all done with a chat room and forums. And we had such a good time, and people learned so much that I said, hey, Ann, let's do something like this, only with a Catholic focus. And that started the Catholic Writers Guild. And then Ann wanted to do something live, and the Catholic Trade Network. Now I can't remember.
Oh, Catholic Marketing
CMN,
Network.
Catholic Marketing Network. There we go. Yeah, they offered us the space for it, and it was fantastic. Online's great, but when you go to the live conference, there's just a whole different flavor to it. Right? Being able to have the side conversations, being able to see people face to face, to just casually meet in the hall, to go and share a meal together, to pray with each other. All of those things are fabulous. Plus the presenters are of course fantastic. But that's something where the online and the live do coincide. They both have fantastic people, and we both get the pitch opportunities. But there's some things you can never replicate between online and live. And so I love it. Truth to tell, I hardly go to the actual presentations, because I spent most of my time just talking with people and meeting people. And back when we were doing it with CMN, wandering the floor and that kind of thing. And so for me, it's just a chance to reconnect with my tribe.
Yeah. Well, I've heard some people say this year too, because ours is going to be a little bit different this year. We're working with the Association of Catholic Publishers. Some people are saying they're going to come and use a little bit as a writing retreat, because we're not going to start until about 1 o'clock on Tuesday. So they're going to come and spend Tuesday morning as a writing retreat. And just
that's awesome.
Bunker down in their hotel room, come in Monday night, bunker down in the hotel room and get some writing done, and then attend the sessions that they want to attend and do the networking, which I think you were so right. It's the face-to-face stuff. I don't think I'd have my contracts with Ave Maria Press. I'm on my second book now with Ave Maria Press. I don't think I'd have that if it wasn't for my experience with the Catholic Writers Conference Live. I hosted a show on Shalom World TV for 2 seasons. I know would not have happened if it had not been for my contacts through the live conference. And if I hadn't done the show with Shalom, I probably wouldn't be doing Cath-Lit Live right now. I wouldn't have the gumption to be like, oh, I should just start my own show where I interview Catholic authors.
Oh yeah,
because it's fun
the live conference has launched careers.
Yeah. So absolutely. Well, I'm so grateful for all your help, both the online conference and the live one, and for coming on again as a guest, Karina. So grateful to have you on. Where can people learn more about you before we say goodbye? Where should we come check you out?
At fabianspace.com, FABIANSPACE.
Wonderful. And I will put that on the screen for the YouTube version. Those of you watching on Facebook, go check out the YouTube version later on. And I will put that on the lower third on the YouTube version as well. Well, thank you again, Karina. I know we got a tight schedule tonight. I've got to move on to my next thing, and you probably have your next book to write.
I am working on book 7, which is Vern versus Godzilla.
Oh my goodness. I should have seen that one coming.
So should he.
All right. Thank you, Karina. So good to see you again.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, we're going to wave goodbye to her. And I'm just going to remind you all, of course, to like and subscribe. And yes, if you are interested in writing, whether it's Catholic fiction or nonfiction, do consider coming to our live conference. It's going to be May 30th through June 1st of 2023. And it's at the Holiday Inn, Chicago O'Hare. So if you're flying into O'Hare, there's a shuttle right to the hotel. You don't even need an Uber or a taxi. It's going to be nice and easy. It's going to be basically a day and a half of talks. And then the last morning, June 1st, that Thursday morning, is going to be pitch sessions with the Catholic publishers and with the literary agent, Joe DeRupos. So go ahead and check that out. I will put the link down here as well as in the show notes. And again, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you always see all of our episodes. And until next time, I'm just going to wish you all happy reading.